This is AVIOT, Atypical Voices in Our Time, the official podcast of Chemistry Productions. That's spelled K3MISTRY Productions, a media education company.
So go a little something like this. That's AVIOT.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Jay Stokes, joined by Koya and Jay Random. We are of the AVIOT podcast. We weren't with you last week. We had some issues that we had to deal with offline, but now we are back in business. What's going on, everyone?
Chilling.
Hey guys, all is well.
There you go.
All right. Well, I gotta be honest with you. I'm trying to hold it together, but all has not really been well with me, just because the recent death of Kobe Bryant, along with his daughter and the 7 others in that fatal helicopter accident over in California recently, that definitely had a big impact on me, specifically, regarding Kobe and his daughter Gigi, because Kobe, he's just been a figure that has always been a part of my life since I've been a kid. And I'm just like, this is the first celebrity death that really has shaken me. So I just want to get both of y'all thoughts on that.
It was sad. It still is sad. When my son told me, I didn't even know what he was talking about. He came and was like, "Dad, you hear about Kobe?" And I'm like, and I'm thinking like he talking about his old high school. So I'm like, what? Kobe at school? And he was like, "Nah, Dad, Kobe, he died." I said, "Man, stop playing, man." Like automatic, I'm like, stop playing. Even though I know he would never play like that. But that was just my first reaction. Stop playing. Like, what are you talking about? So I'm like, nah, so then I asked where you heard it from. He was like, TMZ. I'm like, man, I ain't listening to TMZ. I'm good. So I went on ESPN. And I didn't see anything that I went to CNN. And CNN was talking about a helicopter, but, they was being respectful, so it wasn't really giving too much information. It was just saying, a helicopter crashed in Calabasas. Bassett, right? What was it?
Calabasas.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, so, it took a while for them to actually, release the names. So it was shocking, and like what you said, Jay Stokes, it was kind of like, wow, it's different when celebrities or people pass away because they're sick. You kind of like everyone's not no one's waiting, but we kind of know what the end result is going to be. Now it's just time. But when someone leaves like that so abruptly, it's kind of like a shocker. And Saturday, my son and my nephews and I, we were all just over at the table because I took my son away for his birthday this past Saturday, and we were all just joking because LeBron just passed Kobe's points, right?
All-time scoring list. Yeah,
all-time
passed
scoring
him
list
to be number 3 on all-time scoring.
So it's funny how these kids, they forget about Kobe, so they're like, oh yeah, LeBron better than Kobe because he passed him. So I was like, yo, what are you talking about? So I was like, yo, Kobe could come back right now. And it's like, Kobe can't come back right now. He old. So I'm just laughing because I'm like, dang, it's crazy, So we all at the table, Michael Jordan, Kobe, LeBron talk. And then no later than 12 hours later, not even 12, about 16 hours later, the bad news hit. You're like, whoa, that's crazy. Prior to that, so yeah, no, it's definitely sad. And I definitely feel sorry for all the families, all 9 of the people, and that's one thing we can't forget. 9 people actually passed away. So, condolence to all of them.
It must suck to die around famous people because they just forget about you. It's like,
yeah, you're right.
Terrible.
Yeah, you're right. It's always going to be Kobe and Gigi.
But if I can interject though, because people have a connection to Kobe, it's like losing a family member along with other people. Like say, like a family member of yours dies in like a car accident and other people are involved. You're not going to focus on other people. You're going to focus on your family member. Your focal. Right. So that's more so how it is. Not to say that anybody's life is above another, but it's the connection you have to certain lives.
Yeah.
No. I totally agree because I feel, because I know for sure those other people are definitely grieving. I'm pretty sure those other people who know, the other 7, I'm pretty sure their families, not saying they're not thinking about Kobe and Gigi, but it's stronger.
They're not the focal point.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. It all depends who's grieving at that time. So yeah, man, sad, very sad for all 9 of the people. all those little kids that were on the helicopter. That's tragic.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes your mind drifts and not really wonders, but just imagine like, wow, what was those last few seconds or the last minute or whatever? I know that had to be tough, because I know like for me and Coy, we have kids, so I know at the end of the day it's always take me first. Like, nah, take me, spare them.
All right.
But when that's not an option, it's like, come on, man, really?
Yeah, as parents, we're supposed to protect our kids. So knowing that like we've lost complete control of a situation, there's nothing you can do. Damn. That's just heartbreaking in itself. So
yeah.
What are your thoughts, Koya?
It was just sad and unexpected. My daughter told me too. I guess she got it from like, I don't know, the shade room or something. I'm not even sure where she got it from, but it was just sad. And he wasn't, like you said, sick or anything like that. It was very unexpected. And Kobe has been famous since he was 18. So that's like most of my life I've known Kobe. He's been relevant in my life, and he's a legend, and he's Kobe. So he's like family. Like you said, it was definitely a loss, and the way he died, it was tragic. And then the fact that he lost a child in the process as well. It was just, the whole thing is sad, but I don't know. Just like unexpected. So I don't really know how to feel about it. I processed stuff with this a little late too.
Like I was listening to Shannon and Skip on Undisputed, and Skip Bayless, he was saying that with other celebrities, with their sudden deaths, like, Whitney, Michael Jackson, he even took it back to Elvis Presley. He was like, there was some essence of self-destruction there. It's like they kind of caused it because they were taking drugs or they were doing something that they weren't supposed to do. So it's like, even though it happened and it was tragic, it was like, well, it could have been prevented if your individual behavior was different.
Yes.
Whereas Kobe's literally going to a basketball game with his daughter. Like that's something he always does, uses a helicopter as transportation. And this is just a freak accident.
Did you see the cartoon that said that showed Kobe in the helicopter?
Yeah, I seen it, but they got rid of it real quick. It was called The Grapevine on IG. Yeah, they showed a cartoon that came out in 2011 when Kobe was in a helicopter accident and died.
What?
And they were like, just give me the trophies. Just give me the trophies.
Yeah. And then also, I forgot the guy's name, but in 2011, he said Kobe's going to die in a helicopter crash.
Yo, I'm telling you, I do believe some people be putting curses on other people. I don't know how y'all feel about that stuff, but I do believe like there are some spirits out here.
The power of the tongue too, just like saying stuff sometimes.
That's true. Yeah. That's very true. But just getting past that, I want to switch gears to another aspect of this after the tragedy happened. And this really irritated me. You see a lot of white feminists, a lot of liberal white women, basically, and a lot of their followers. You saw some black feminists with them as well. They were pointing out this old sexual assault case that Kobe had, and they're like, oh, well, don't forget he's a rapist, this and that. That really irritated me because, number one, the timing, and number two, the details of the actual case. So I just wanted to get both of y'all thoughts on that before I decide to say how I really feel about
Take over.
I just feel like that's just the ways of the world, and especially him being a black man, and he, for the most part, that was like one bad day that like kind of traveled with him. But aside from that, he's made a lot of steps in a positive direction. But they always just want to hold on to something. That's all like, sadly, when black people die in general, like even if they're shot down in the street, first thing they'll say, oh, well, he was a drug dealer anyway. So it's like, no matter what we do, we're guilty. We can just do everything right. That one thing wrong just carries itself on and on. It lives longer than us, sadly. So that's just like the name of the game. Whether he's rich or not, they're going to do it to him too.
No, I totally agree. And it was definitely tasteless, and I don't understand what she was actually, the reporter was trying to get out of highlighting that the same day.
You're speaking about someone, and you're speaking about a specific reporter, not speaking about in general.
Oh yeah. I forgot her name. I think
don't even give her the shine. Don't even give her the shine.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure everybody knows.
Other people mentioned it. Other people mentioned it too. Yeah, I just think the way she delivered the message was a little more colder than the rest.
It was like, hey, why are you crying about him? This is what he did. It's like, whoa, calm down, lady. Like, dang. And you're right, Coy. Regardless of what you do in life, even at work, you ever realize, like, you can do good all year, but that one time you slip up, man.
Oh, God, it's a big thing.
Forget it. Yeah, and it's like
Hold
they
the
never
meeting.
forget it. And yeah, so no, I definitely feel like that wasn't even called for. Two things I said to my wife, because when it happened, you know us Libras, Jay Stokes, I had to take a nap, you know.
Yup. Dude, I was
nap.
driving. I was driving, so I couldn't even do anything.
I had to take a nap.
So I know you was mad you was driving.
What?
I'm coming back from Georgia. I'm driving all the way back from Georgia, okay? All the way back up the Northeast.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So when I took my nap, so before I took my nap, I was saying, you know, I hope two things don't happen. A, I hope no one brings up the rape case. And B, I hope no one had their camera out when the plane was going down. And it seemed like both of those damn things came true.
Yeah. That's the world we live in, though.
I'm like, yo,
people
how
watch you on fire?
Cameras. I know, Coy. They'll watch you on fire.
They won't call the damn fire department. They're going to record it.
I was telling Jay Stokes, when X died, someone actually put the camera in his car while the dude was bleeding out of his neck.
Come on. Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching those clips after. That's so invasive and
I don't watch them.
No, I've never seen it. My son, these damn kids, they're so, and I get on him. He's like, look, Dad, look what somebody just posted. And I'm like, I don't want to see it.
I did see Nipsey Hussle get shot. I did watch that. And I shouldn't have, but I did. That's not really what I do. But
yo, listen, it's so crazy because now, I'm sorry. No, I was going to say, because now on IG, I forgot some news, some, I don't know who the heck it was because I turned, but they actually showed the plane just like going up and going down, going up. I said, all right, I'm good. I don't need to see no more. I already know what happens at the end, so I don't need to see it. But I'm like, wow, this is crazy. This is on IG. Mm-hmm. And he get no forewarning. He get no warning either. It's like you just strolling down. What? Oh my gosh, what is this? So
people don't believe in privacy anymore.
Nope.
Nah, they don't, man. And it's sad. It's like, damn, put your phone in your pocket. Save a life. Put your phone in your pocket. Save a life.
Or use the phone to call the paramedics or somebody. Like, be useful. You're gonna have your phone out.
What? And you know how to call the cops on us? That's the only time their phone's in their hand. So I mean, like, what are we doing here?
Exactly. But to go back to this whole sexual assault situation, what I don't like is if people are talking about it, they're not talking about the whole thing in context. No. They're not talking about how the woman that accused Kobe of sexual assault, how she has a sketchy history herself, so she wasn't really a credible person. Like, I'm just reading reports. She slept with somebody else that same night. So I'm just saying.
Did you see what he wrote? Well, I didn't see it until yesterday or so on the New York Post. So I guess his own statement was based on her accounts and like a couple of other things. He can see how she felt as though she was sexually violated. He did agree to that. So I guess that kind of gave people a green light. You know, he was young. He probably took the plea. They were like, look, just say this and then it'll people let it go. But it doesn't work like that.
In that same apology, though, he said, though I thought it was consensual.
He did.
He never admitted guilt. Yes, he never admitted guilt. And he was never found guilty.
That last part out, though.
I mean,
he was probably, yeah, I was about to say that. Jay Stokes, you about to say it. We'll go.
No, I was gonna say, I think he did that to just appease her side, because he settled out of court, and a lot of times, a lot of celebrities settle out of court because they don't want to deal with the process of lawyer fees and bringing more attention to it than it needs to be. Because just from that accusation alone, Kobe lost endorsements. I think, in fact, he would have had more MVPs if it wasn't for that accusation. And the thing is, there's a loaded history with black men sleeping with white women and white women falsely accusing black men of rape. Many black men, it caused the deaths of many black men and it caused their lives to be destroyed. And we have several recent cases of black men being falsely accused of rape by white women. So I'm like, you got to look at that loaded history. So when people are saying he's a rapist or they're trying to say he is guilty, by what I have read of the account, especially with her bragging afterwards about having slept with him, I'm saying, I'm more inclined to say that she told the untruth.
Yes.
That's for a payday.
And she made a rap song about it.
What?
She did.
No.
She did.
Yup, in
Not
Vegas.
the track.
Yes, she
Oh
did.
no.
In Vegas. She was just laughing about it.
Kai,
That is ghetto.
I mean, random. Didn't we like share that with each other like 2 years ago when that came out?
She's like, Kobe, tell him how my ASS feel or something like that.
Oh no.
Yes, yeah. Yep. At a Vegas nightclub.
So how could people even feel like it's worth talking about in regards to him being guilty?
Because she's a white woman. Because she's a white woman.
She's clowning it. Like, she got a hype man. Hey, Kobe.
Seriously, she does. We're not even exaggerating for you. Yeah.
That's disgusting. They shouldn't even bring that up. And okay, not saying he did or didn't, but either way, does that mean that he deserves to die in a helicopter accident with his daughter in his arms because of some past mistake? Consensual sex, he thought. Like, either way, it doesn't justify it. It really shouldn't have been brought up. I think it's in poor taste for everybody to bring it up.
And also, people ignore the fact that he did a lot for women's sports and women in general afterwards. Like, he did a lot, like starting the Mamba Academy, coaching a girls basketball team, supporting the WNBA, supporting the women's national soccer team, the U.S. women's national soccer team. Like, he did a lot for women. And so I'm like, he wrote an apology and did a lot for women, but you're still focusing on the mistake. Can people grow? Can people ever move on?
Not brown people.
I see. But moving.
So 6 years ago, she did the song. I mean, Coy, I'll show it to you after the show. I prefer not to actually play it on the show, but yeah.
Okay.
It's horrible.
Yeah. So switching gears before we conclude with the Kobe part of this show, I wanted to know, what are your memories of him? Like, how did he ever inspire you at all? Like, and be honest, like, did you not like him growing up because he was playing against your favorite team? 'Cause I know me personally, I didn't like Kobe because he beat my Sixers in the 2001 playoffs. Wow. So I'm always gonna.
You been a Sixers fan that long?
Dude, I am a diehard Sixers fan. Okay, like, for real. Okay,
that's what's up. At least you're loyal. Stick to your team.
Yes, I am loyal to my squad. Like, Embiid wore number 24 to honor Kobe last night and hit a fadeaway. Like, so I'm like, yeah, I'm with it. And he scored 24 points. So
there we go.
Yeah,
represent.
But yeah, I just want to know, what are your memories? Did he ever inspire you? Like, go ahead, have at it.
Kobe. I'm not into sports like that to use the word inspired me, but I was never really a big Kobe fan, more so because personally I thought he was a little bit of a jerk. He seemed like such, like too cocky for my taste, but my ex was like obsessed with Kobe. Like, Kobe is the end all, the be all. So we will always go back and forth. I'm like, he is good, but I think he's a jerk. So, that's how I honestly felt. But he was really, really, really good, but cocky nonetheless. But he deserved to be, it's Kobe. So that's it. He deserved to be.
Yeah, so for me, watching him play the game, it was fun to watch. But I think that's as far as, for me, as far as it went. Because I think I was too stuck on the Michael Jordan. So anytime you compare anybody to Michael Jordan, I'm 41. So anytime you compare anybody to Michael Jordan, when I actually see Michael Jordan play, it was kind of like, whatever, man, I'm not watching you. So that's how I was. I was kind of like, man, listen, there'll never be another Michael Jordan. And I still feel like that. I mean, but he was the closest to Michael Jordan. But yeah, no, I mean, I respected his game. I always wished him the best, definitely after that rape case, because I felt like, you're right, he would have been such... If that case never happened, I don't think they would have ever allowed LeBron to even skip over him, per se. Because I felt like the NBA, once he did that, the NBA needed a new face. So LeBron was just the one. That's how I felt.
I do feel that Kobe did end up rebranding himself, and he did end up repairing his image, because I remember he lost like the Sprite endorsement, but I think he got it back in time. I don't quote me on that, but I think he got it back. But I with Kobe, when he was number 8, I couldn't stand Kobe, because that's when he was killing all my teams. Like, he was killing the Sixers. Oh,
he was so good, right? Like, yeah. He was so good. We can't deny that. He was.
You're right.
No, I agree.
When he was number 8, I couldn't stand him, but I did respect his game. And when he became number 24, I think that's when I really started to appreciate him. And Random and I, we always used to argue with his son and with other people saying that Kobe needs to be put in that greatest of all time conversation. Like cats be sleeping on what Kobe did for the game and how nice Kobe was. Like I was listening to I think Max Kellerman. I think he said this, but people don't appreciate how good of a dunker he was. In-game dunker. He's one of the greatest in-game dunkers of all time. And he has a dunk contest. He won the dunk contest one year. So like people will sleep on that. There's one time. Yeah. Like, I remember one time he had one dude, he went behind the back into a 360 dunk. I'm like, what? Like,
he definitely made the game exciting. Like, it was something to look forward to. Like, you knew the Lakers were playing. Kobe was going to put on a show every night. He always gave like 115%. So that's one thing I could say I admired about that man. He never was half-assed. Like, and he's not a crybaby like LeBron. LeBron's a flat-out crybaby, y'all.
Oh,
he's a crybaby dude. You know I be dogging LeBron. That's my boy, though.
But the thing is, when Kobe had the ball in his hands, like you knew, like even if it was like 3 seconds left on the clock,
showtime.
You confident, you know, like you know, you like, oh, he about to hit this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like in Kobe we trust. Like, okay, give him the ball, we're good to go. Like, you know, you can always count on him to get it done.
That is
Kobe
true.
was good for that.
Like, there's a reason why because I remember we used to do it when we were kids. You shoot paper ball into the trash can, you'd be like, Kobe, you know what I mean?
Right. Nobody ever said Jordan, LeBron.
No one ever said that. Kobe was like the godfather of the NBA almost. Like, seriously, he transitioned into becoming like the godfather of the NBA because like everybody's looking to him for advice. Kyrie Irving's looking at him for advice. Melo loved Kobe. Like, I remember one time Melo and Kobe were like thick as thieves. You know what I mean? So, and then remember the Mamba Academy that he opened up in California, he was training other NBA players in there. He was training, like, football teams were coming in there to train. So this dude is like really working with people, really helping their game. Like, he's the reason why Gordon Hayward is good. Didn't Gordon Hayward train with Kobe
Yes, he did.
During the summers in order to get better?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so I'm like, listen, Kobe's impact is for real. Like, he did a lot. There's a reason why he's being mourned all over the world. And it's crazy because I'm like, dang, I don't understand how this celebrity death has impacted. Like, this hit me harder than Michael Jackson. This hit me harder than
I think
Nipsey.
It's a generational thing too.
Yeah.
But I think also it's like what you said again, Mike did it to himself.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But it's like,
yes. Don't do Michael, y'all.
Listen, Michael's still the man. Michael's still the man, okay? Michael's still the man.
So we about to dog walk.
Y'all know how y'all do. Don't do Michael.
Nah, I don't want to dog walk Michael.
Yo, Jay Stokes, going for it. I think, stop it. I think going for it, every time somebody about the dog walk, you should probably get like a sound effect or somebody like, I don't know, some dog is barking or something. You know, let the people know we about to go in. I swear, if it was anybody else, we would have went on for another 10, 15 minutes. Because it's Mike, everybody pauses like, you know what? We're going to say that and keep it moving.
Oprah and them did the man bad enough. We're going to leave him alone. They done dogged him last week or something.
Yo, I swear it's one of those, that fork in the road, and it could have went either way. And I was like, well, I'm not saying anything. Funny.
Listen, okay. We about to dog walk some people. I'm just letting you know. All right, so the Kobe tribute is over right now. We got to go in on some people. I'm just letting you know right now. Okay,
what's up?
Tear him up.
First off, Daniel Kaluuya. All right, I don't like calling out black people on public platforms, but I feel like this needs to be said. Daniel Kaluuya, in case you don't know who he is, Daniel Kaluuya is the black individual that played in Get Out. He was the lead in Get Out. He recently appeared in Queen and Slim. He also played in Black Panther. And he's going to be Fred Hampton in the upcoming Fred Hampton biopic. He was recently quoted saying, "What is there to talk about race? It's just boring me. What's the debate? I'm more of a doer. I'm just going to do what I want to do." So, so he also said, "I'm not a spokesperson. I'm an individual. Who's the spokesperson for white people? There isn't one. No one's expected to speak up for all white people. I'm just living my life. I am a black man. I'm proud of it, but I'm just living my life. He doesn't want to call himself a victim. You may victimize me, but you will not make me feel like a victim. And if you think you can, then what sort of person are you? This is coming out of The Independent. He says that he's bored about talking about race. I'm not defined by it. That's the headline.
Okay.
The second part of what he said, he doesn't want to be thought of as a victim. I can kind of see the standpoint, but the fact that he's bored, he's tired of talking about race, that I have a problem with. I want to get both of y'all opinions about it before I talk about this. And I guess we'll put on this dog walking sound effect.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So personally, I'll go. So I just have a problem with that because anytime I feel like anyone that says something that stupid, maybe he's drinking the Kool-Aid, Kanye West Kool-Aid. Because at the end of the day, I think black people should never ever say they're tired of talking about race because guess what? We always need to talk about it. We always got to let them, we always got to put others in their place. And I just feel like he's forgetting that he's only where he's at because he's an actor and a known actor. But if he was average person going to work every day, getting harassed just for leaving your house or being harassed by your coworkers and what I mean by harass, that silent harassment, that passive aggressive type bullshit,
clutching the pocketbook.
Clutching the pocketbook or, insinuating, because your name is, because you're a black person. Hey, what's up, brother? Or, if your name started with J, your name now Jane Bones. That's just, that's like down. Yeah, exactly. So, what I'm saying? For him, I feel like, he's forgetting that, it's easy for him to say he want to talk about race. He's not in the streets, He's not in that environment.
In these streets.
Yeah. So, I mean, so I just have a problem with black people saying that because then that allows white people to be like, see, he's even tired of talking about it. And it's like, he don't speak.
Right.
Just like he said, he don't speak for all black people. He don't speak for all black people. Okay.
He don't. So he needed to be quiet. His black self.
Exactly.
That don't make no sense.
Yeah, that's corny.
Yeah, I just feel like he's one of those black, some black people are like that. They got enough white friends. They're around enough white people to where they're not really aware of what's going on in the real world. So right now he's on cloud nine, but when those shows stop coming in or the scripts stop coming and he just got to be one of us again, he's not going to have that energy. But right now he's floating on something. So he's feeling good. He'll come back around. We're going to let him live for a second. He'll come back.
When they always put him in his place.
Somebody's going to show him. Yeah, somebody's going to show him, no, honey, you're a black man, so race is a factor in your life. It'll always be every day you wake up until they put you in the ground. So he'll come back. It just takes the right person to show him.
Yeah, but the problem is we're going to remember that nice quote he said. And we're going to be we let him in. Listen, all skin folk ain't kinfolk.
Well, the thing is, we live in a society where everybody, something else is going to happen and then we'll forgive him. He'll come back to the cookout. We got all these white people at the cookout. There ain't even enough food for us no more. We let everybody in.
We lying. What's up with that?
He gonna be able to come back.
Yo,
he gonna be able to.
We don't got no food no more. We let too many people in.
Can't even get a slice of watermelon. Ain't no seat at the tables. Nothing.
You ain't lying. Because that's what they like. They like the same stuff we like, acting like it's a culture thing. Nah, they like watermelon too. They like chicken.
Yeah. We let everybody come to the cookout. Don't even got no food for ourselves. Like, come on already. So it's too much for me.
I don't agree.
Jay Stokes, your turn. Tear him up.
I don't agree with. First off, I don't agree with inviting anybody that's non-black to the cookout. Okay.
Oh no.
Nobody non-black can come to the cookout. I don't care what anybody says. You cannot come to the cookout.
Ellen can't come.
No.
Ellen can come. Don't do that.
No.
Don't do Ellen.
Ellen can't. Just because you dance and you think you could dance, you can't come to the
She
cookout.
always giving black people scholarships and stuff to black kids. She just gave the boy with the dread situation $20,000.
That's good for her. For you. Can you get buried in a Jewish cemetery? Can you get buried in a Jewish cemetery? Exactly. No. So if other groups can discriminate,
I'm gonna get buried. Guess what? I'm gonna get buried in a black. In a Jewish cemetery. Watch.
Okay. Good luck.
Watch.
If other groups can discriminate, so can we. No one's invited to the cookout. We keeping the cookout for ourselves. I ain't taking none of y'all potato salad with raisins. I ain't taking none of y'all whack food. I ain't taking none of y'all black scents. Nothing. Okay.
Chicken still looking pink.
The chicken still looking pink, ain't fried. It's baked, it ain't fried. Okay? Listen, we like our high cholesterol over here, all right?
Wow.
So, my issue with Daniel Kaluuya is this. You bored about talking about race, but all of your main movies deal with race. Get Out is a movie about race. Black Panther is a movie about race. Queen and Slim is a movie about race. I don't even want you playing Fred Hampton if you got this ideology. Fred Hampton is an African-American icon, okay? Fred Hampton was a great man that was killed by the CIA. So I do not want him playing Fred Hampton. It's so sad. It's set in stone. I'm tired of foreign-born blacks coming over here and talking negatively about issues that we deal with. He's British.
He is foreign. Yeah, I thought so.
British.
See, that's another thing. Jay Stokes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me jump in real quick. That's another thing. See, he doesn't even live over here. So over there, they're more, I don't want to say tolerant, but they're more free about it. But over here, it's real over here. Tell us ass to go to Mississippi or Arkansas or Arizona, not Arizona, but, Mississippi, Arkansas, Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Georgia. Tell them to go over there and then see if yo, wait, I'm telling you. He need to, he need to stay over here for a while. It's real over here.
Being a black individual, being a black individual, race is part of your existence. Like, you can't go a day without thinking about your race. Things that you do, you're like, oh, I can't do that because, I'm black, so I might look suspicious and that might make me a target for police officers. Or I gotta watch what I do here because I'm black and that might make this individual uncomfortable and that could lead to other repercussions. So you always have to think about race. Jay Random, you walk too closely to some white ladies, they're gonna clutch their purse. Koya, you wear your hair out in an afro at work, they're going to think you too militant. Like, you always have to think about race. There is no way around it.
I agree. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. And like I said again, I totally forgot that he's not even from here. So he's so delusional.
I didn't know he wasn't from here. That's another thing too. When they're not from here, they don't really get it. So I don't think he's authorized to have, just be quiet.
And you know
what,
like,
do whatever you're doing here, but be quiet.
And now for a quick commercial break.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? If you like what you're hearing so far, make sure you follow us on the Chemistry Production YouTube channel. If you have any suggestions or comments on our topics, either email us on k3mistryproduction@gmail.com or leave a comment on our YouTube channel. Peace.
How many times do I have to tell you? It's Productions with an S.
Boy, you said something smart too. I mean, he said something real good. You said basically, I think a lot of times people tend to forget just because you have a bunch of white friends and they adore you and accept you, that doesn't mean,
they adore racism. You to an extent.
Exactly.
Always something underlying.
So you start talking a little bit too black.
Or start dating too many of their women. And you're like, wait a minute, son. I'll never see you date your own. You're like, oh, wait, I got to date my own now? So I feel like, come on, man, don't get too comfortable because somebody will check you.
The second person we need to dog walk for this evening is Allison Morris, who is a reporter on MSNBC. We have to circle back around to the Kobe situation because I don't think you've heard. Did you hear her talking about the Lakers and she ended up slipping and saying the N-word? Did any of you hear that?
Everybody she said
the Knickers. She said, yeah, the Nakers.
The Nakers.
Sure.
Play it again, Jay Stokes. She said Nakers.
Really? No. Listen.
She said Nakers.
She really.
Listen. That's what they said she said. I don't really know. It didn't sound, at first glance, it sounded like she was saying nigger, but.
You couldn't deny how much he brought to the team, no matter which Lakers team he played on.
Yeah, it seems like he was just the kind of athlete, the kind of star that was perfectly cast on the Los Angeles Lakers. Kavita, if I could ask you to stay with us.
Okay.
Does that sound like Nakers to you?
Which the weird part is, though, I must admit, when I heard it on my phone, it sounded like she said Nakers. On my phone, but I'm listening to it.
I just played it 3 times. It 3 times.
Well, guess what? It took 3 times because when I heard it on my phone, I heard Nakers. But now that's not niggers.
Now, did you hear that after her response saying that that's what she meant?
No.
Or before?
No, I actually was watching it.
Well, when you sent it in the group chat a couple of days ago, it sounded like the N-word the first time. And then I heard it again. I thought maybe she did say Nakers. Like, it's kind of like on the fence, but just now I'm just going to go back to my original thought process. She said niggers. Probably didn't mean to, honey, but you did. Now we got to deal with it.
She be saying that at home, and that's what the ER.
Of course, they all do. They all do. They all do.
Listen, I read somebody an article about that today. They were like, she said the N-word. It should not be excused. White people, shut up. Let us handle this. And I wrote the woman that wrote that article. I wrote her back and I said, she needs to be fired. And black people need to be at the forefront of getting her fired. She's put on fired. She got put on leave.
Put on leave.
She needs to get fired. Listen, we need to have a zero tolerance policy. If you say anything anti-Semitic, they fire you. So we need to have that same policy for anything that goes against black folks. Like, you ever heard that thing?
We can't be getting disrespected like that.
Heard that thing where people started saying Martin Luther King? Did you hear that thing last year where people were saying Martin Luther King?
No.
You didn't hear that?
I don't hang around people who do all of that.
No, this was on TV. People were saying Martin Luther King. Yeah.
When? Who?
They were saying it on a bunch of people. Yes. Hold on. Let me find one video so I can show you.
And they still are employed by these same organizations and TV
they got fired.
Okay, well, we got to make an example out of them. You can't be going around talking reckless like that. That's not the move.
The way it looked out at Martin Luther King Jr. Park.
Damn.
Like, she said the N-word. There's no doubt about it in my mind. When I first heard that, I'm like, huh? But like, I was ready to throw hands. So listen, that lady need to be fired. No excuses. Guess what?
She need to be fired.
You ain't gonna make that mistake again. Okay? So there needs to be a zero tolerance policy with black individuals. We need to have zero tolerance for these behaviors. And that's how it needs to be. I
agree. Because if we let it...
Go ahead. Sorry. If we let what?
No, I agree with you. Because, I feel like we just let stuff slide a lot. And that's why people feel like they could say whatever, treat us however, we got to really stand together when it comes to stuff like that. And we just all be living in our own world. That's why they feel like they could do whatever they want. It's no backlash.
Exactly.
I agree.
The last thing I want to talk about is this influencer that was eating Chinese bat soup. Jay Random sent me a video of this woman. Her name is Wang Meng Young. And she showed a video of herself eating bat soup. I think this was from 3 years ago. And pretty much now there's a issue with the coronavirus. The coronavirus has been spread in a part of China, and it's coming to different parts of the world. People in China have been dying from this. And from what I have read, the reason why this virus became a thing is because individuals in China have been eating bats. And
oh, God. Yeah, I saw one eating mice today. He had a mouse on a plate.
Wait a minute. What do you mean? You mean like on YouTube, right?
I saw it somewhere. I didn't click on it because I saw the mouse on the plate and that alone made my stomach hurt. So I didn't click on it.
Okay, I thought you mean you walked by a Chinese restaurant and saw.
No. In Stanford, though, they did have a mouse in the Chinese food. Remember? And they started a brawl right up the hill.
No, it was mice.
It was a mouse, either just the tail of it or maybe the whole body was inside of the fried rice. So then the people brought it back and started fighting the Chinese people. They done beat the grandmother up. It was a mess.
Yeah, grandma ain't doing that to nobody.
Well, grandma was there.
How you find yourself in this situation?
Oh, I wasn't there. It was on the news. It was on Channel 12. Everybody stopped eating at the one up the street because they found the mice in it. But I'm like, come one, come all. They all be selling that shit. Also, I don't eat Chinese food like that. They're not to be trusted.
You know what? I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all.
Nope, they're not to be trusted.
Yeah, so, yeah.
You'll never see no food truck.
This is my thing, though. Do you know how hard it is to catch a bat, let alone eat a bat?
They must be really accessible there if they're sitting over there eating it.
But if you think about it, bats are like the number one carriers for a lot of diseases. So what the freak is that about? Hey, did anybody ever see this as a movie? If y'all get a chance, y'all like to watch movies that's going to make your skin turn. There's a movie called Contagion.
I think I've seen that.
Yes, Contagion came out the same time when the bird flu was like running rampant and only like 7 people got it. But they made it seem like it was like the new death sentence to everyone. and it really was only like 7 people who died. And it's like, okay.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Did you see the plane that had the people? The plane that got landed somewhere in America, like in California, did an emergency landing, and wherever the people are from in China, that's like the home of that disease, and they had to do an emergency landing in California somewhere, Southern California. They're just trying to hit everybody in the head with that shit. They're like trying to like make us sick so then they can make more money. And
of course, because back when the bird flu was the new virus, if you dug deep into the vaccine, a lot of the senators were heavy investors in the company that made the vaccine. So you're like, oh man, you see this BS, man? It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a Ponzi scheme.
Exactly.
Do for money.
They ramp it up and then they making money in the back end. Like, come on, man. That ain't that ain't nothing but what was that, short selling for stock market? So yeah, but yeah, no, that's nasty. I wouldn't eat no damn bat. Listen, it's already bad we eat cows and pigs. It's like, damn, now we eat
eat some alligator the other day.
Yo, that's good, isn't it?
That's real
isn't
good.
It so
Damn,
good?
Yo,
yeah.
We some hypocrites. Wait a minute, we just went from. Yo, I had some.
I just had to throw that out there.
That joint tastes like chicken.
Wasn't it good?
I got it.
It's like a little fishy. It got a little fishy aftertaste to it, though.
Yeah, but it's so good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yo,
it is
so
good.
we just talk about them eating their bats. We eat alligators. Don't tell them what the hell alligator eating.
Listen, that's different than bats. You gotta really go try hard to eat a bat. Okay, you really gotta go out your way to get a bat to eat.
No, you're right. You gotta go to caves. I mean, yo.
Yeah, you gotta go out of your way. Anything you gotta go out of your way to eat. Anything you gotta go out of your way to eat.
Yeah, but like I said again, bats are like the #1 carriers for diseases, man. Because they get
bats. Yeah, don't eat bats. Don't eat monkeys. Don't eat rats. Like, come on. Like, these are the main things, like you said, the carriers for disease. Like,
get around.
Yeah, especially rats. Especially rats.
Rats get no love.
Nah, they don't need to get no love.
Nah, they don't.
Nope.
I don't know where the hell they came from. Well, I'm gonna do my research. Where them bastards come from? Send them back in the Stone Ages.
Listen, man. But and no offense, but it always seems like these diseases be coming out of China. Like, we got SARS, we got bird flu, now we got coronavirus. I'm like, maybe it's overpopulation, maybe it's the type of foods they're ingesting. But I'm just saying, I'm noticing a pattern. You know what's so funny?
Yeah.
Before
they came bringing some bullshit over here.
Nah, I'm sorry. Corey, say that again.
No, I'm saying he's right. They be bringing some bullshit over here. Like, they stay starting stuff. Like, stay over there with all of that.
Yeah, exactly.
America is jacked up enough. We don't need no help, y'all. For real.
Don't need no help. Keep that shit over there, man.
Yeah, I got HIV and chlamydia going all over the place.
Who? America?
Uh-oh. America.
Oh no, damn.
You could get rid of that though.
You see, gonorrhea done mutated. You see that?
What the hell is it mutated too?
Like, they got like an uncurable version, I think. like that joint mutated.
I better wrap it up, honey.
Bad.
Right, that's so trifling. That's terrible.
Let's see, y'all. Safe sex.
Yeah, when in doubt.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that being said, I definitely got to say, going back to the Kobe situation for a third and final time, this definitely has made me look at life with a different outlook. After Nipsey Hussle passed away last year, I was looking at things differently, but definitely after this recent tragedy, I'm definitely going to try and adopt that Mamba mentality that he always preached. I'm going to try to treat my family members and my loved ones with respect, and even people that I don't necessarily agree with or don't know that well, I'm going to still try to treat them with respect. I mean, I was like that before, but I'm going to be... I was
about to say, are you trying to say that you've been reckless and you're trying to change your ways, or what's up?
Nah, definitely not. I mean, I have more of an appreciation for my loved ones now. I won't take things for granted. That's more of what I'm looking at it, where I'm looking at it from.
Okay.
I feel like sometimes, not that I took people for granted, because I've been raised to always value people, but I'm just more aware now, I will say.
That makes sense.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because life is short, man. You can't take people for granted nor time, because time waits for no man. You could be here today and gone today. So It ain't even tomorrow no more. It's like the same day.
It's gone today.
It's gone today.
After this podcast, all right, y'all. I'm gonna keep y'all in prayer after this podcast.
Yeah,
All right,
exactly. Everybody get home and text everybody. Well, me, because I'm traveling. So I text y'all, let them know I made it home.
But that's better than that. That's better than that. Hello, family. I'll be like,
Oh, yeah. Hello,
man.
family.
Okay.
Hello, family.
Oh, man. Every time random text us in a group chat. Hello, family. And I know I'll be blowing up y'all phones with all my Twitter stuff I'll be sending y'all too.
Is to follow. No, it doesn't matter. It's mixed for good content because then at least, we're all on the same page somewhat when Wednesday rolls around. So I don't mind.
That's true. That's true.
No,
all right, y'all. Well, it's been real. It's been real. Any last words?
No. See everybody next week. Let's get it.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Right. I don't need a feds watching. I'm out.
Lord. Till next time. Peace, y'all.
Bye, guys.
So go a little something like this. That's AVIOT.